Hey, this is Notser, and this is the Tier 9 Japanese destroyer Kagero. It has 6 main guns, 8 torpedoes, 19 AA guns, a surface detection of 5.4 kilometers, top speed, 35 knots, total health, 15,100. For my modules, reduced crit chance on torpedo tubes, faster torpedo aim, faster torpedo rearm, lower chance of flood and fire, faster rudder shift and concealment. For my commander, situation awareness, faster torpedo rearm, superintendent, last stand, and concealment again. We are on the map Shatter. And as the Western destroyer, it is my duty to go and try and secure A. Now, this particular destroyer has the best possible camouflage in the game, I believe, at 5.4. That is a huge advantage, of course. It means I am the very last one that will be detected. I can spot enemy destroyers before they spot me. And look at these two guys over here. It looks like they have a disagreement over where they would like to sail. I was waiting to send my torpedoes towards them. In this particular game, I really wanted to make an effort to send my torpedoes on cooldown as much as possible. And I see the aircraft flying overhead, of course. It's going to fly right over my torpedoes and spot it out for them. I also choose to turn off my AA. Whenever you are in a position where you don't want to be detected, make sure your AA is off. We are, of course, successful in capturing, and I think the front Otago knows this is coming. I assumed the second Otago knew this was coming, but he hasn't changed that much. I think I'm actually going to kill him, yeah. 3 torpedoes. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we get first blood. Devastating strike. I don't know what that person saw, but he didn't see me. So we captured A, friendly captured C, the enemy captured B, and it looks like he's trying to escape. It's an enemy Kagero. Alright. Friendly cruiser's a little bold going into an enemy territory like that. Blind torpedoes could just wreck you. Speaking of blind torpedoes, my torpedoes are almost available, and it's about the time when I need to consider who I would like to kill, or at least attempt to kill. No, we're going to kill him. Yes, we're going to kill him. Friendly takes out that enemy destroyer. Now there's only one on the map, which is really awesome. And I considered the Amagi, but I really feel like the Amagi, by the time the torpedoes get to him, he's going to turn. Whenever a ship is near the edge of the map, they usually want to avoid the edge, and they'll turn early. So I was looking, okay, maybe I might clip a friendly there. I didn't want to do that either. We confirmed, yeah, that Amagi moves very fast. Remember, historically, it's a battlecruiser, so it's exceptionally fast. So I pick the enemy Otago that is headed northwest. It felt like to me that he would commit to that angling for a while, especially with friendlies right behind me. So as a Japanese destroyer, you really don't have as many options as the US destroyer line. The US destroyer has the ability to use torpedoes. Now granted, they are much closer than the Japanese torpedoes, but you also have your guns. US destroyer guns are fantastic. They have great range. In this particular scenario, I still need to really find what I could be doing while my torpedoes are on cooldown. You can easily spot for your teammates. You could go for other objectives, although we only need to capture B, and that's a very scary area with all the enemies moving in and around it. I noticed this enemy Otago appears to be trying to flank the friendly Otago. So I was going to try and get in position to use my guns. So we're going to pop our smoke, stop the ship, sit in the smoke, fire on the enemy. Oh no. We were the ones spotting that guy? Really? The Iowa did not have angle at all behind us? Oh, okay, good. Finally he gets angle. I don't know what he did, but I'll take it. We could salvage it a little bit, and this is one thing you need to consider. Anytime you're on a flank and there isn't a destroyer, don't expect anyone to spot for you. They're all staying near their max range trying to get spots from you. Now, this Otago, he's making for my smoke. I know what he wants to do. He wants to get right on top of me, send his torpedoes, or ambush me in the smoke. I could send my torpedoes straight at him, but most likely I would get 1, maybe 2 torpedo hits, and he's completely vanished. This is a situation where if I would have had anyone else to spot him, he would have been dead. He would be too close to react to the torpedo systems. Instead, he has the advantage. And I think it was complete luck that he got the advantage. I decided to back out, expecting either torpedoes or him trying to get within that 2-kilometer range to detect me. And I also want to get an angle to use my torpedoes. And of course, he's already too far to the left for me to send torpedoes. Here comes his torpedoes. The friendly battleship is right behind me. Looks like he's going to be able to avoid or maybe take one. We are spotted by the aircraft, and thankfully the Iowa is just in time in front of my ship. He does a huge shot on the enemy Otago. The enemy Otago, guarantee he's holding his fire to fire on me. He doesn't care about the Iowa, even though he could die to it. The Iowa gets him down to 3K. Yeah. Oh yeah, you pick on the little guy, huh? You pick on the little guy. He sent out his torpedoes. The Iowa is going to take a massive strike. Oh. What's the damage? Oh, he's only got 10k health. Wow. Come on, finish the Otago. I really don't want to die to this guy because he's already shown that he wants to fire on me. Oh, 90. Yes. Okay. Friendly Iowa takes out the enemy Otago. I hope he has a heal. I can't imagine why he would not have a heal considering he didn't take much damage. Yeah, okay, he's healing. Enemy is firing from the west side of the map. Don't see him yet. Okay, enemy Otago. Okay. Well, it looks like he will commit, at least to this western flank push. I'm going to send torpedoes at and lead him. I like the lead because a lot of times the player will be just coming out of a turn or about to do another turn, and they won't be at their full speed when you send your torpedoes. And I found that pushing it forward of the indicator a little bit really does lock up a lot of kills that previously I did not get because I would try and split it, or I would go forward and back, or whatever. So our Iowa's dead. And oh crap, didn't expect that. Didn't expect the enemy. I misinterpreted what the ally said. The ally said Kagero in B. I was assuming he was saying, Kagero, go to B. Okay, I'll go to B. I don't mind going to B. But yeah, I run right into the enemy destroyer, and I have to deal with this. I try and get out of range detection, 5.4, remember? He does not have the build that I have. I think he's missing concealment. Yeah, he drops off at 6. So I have an advantage over that enemy destroyer. He sent out his torpedoes, but they're not going to be a threat at all. And torpedoes are almost back up. There are a couple ships that could potentially be targets. Anytime you aim for a ship behind a forward ship, it's going to be a little bit harder because they're going to get intel from the ship in front. And just as I send it, look at what that cruiser's doing. The cruiser's already turning. Well, I could still salvage this by capturing B and meeting up with my team that's on the eastern flank. At least they haven't died yet. Obviously, the enemy destroyer is capturing A. Don't know where that Otago... Yeah, he didn't take any of my torpedoes when I sent him that time. He's also capturing A. Now, if we can take this, we can still force the enemy to come to us, even though they have a 2-ship advantage. That's a really huge advantage, actually. And yeah, just confirming, complete whiff. It really sucks when you miss with your Japanese torpedoes because your guns are crap, okay? Yeah, you can use them a little bit, but they're nothing like the US destroyer. They're nothing like the Soviet destroyers. You really are a torpedo boat, and that's really what you need to make sure you're good at. As we're capturing B, I notice enemy Izumo, enemy North Carolina. The Izumo looks to be headed towards B. It's a possible torpedo target. 15 seconds on my torpedoes. Enemy aircraft is scouting. At least we know it's not going to go over these torpedoes this time. Okay. Well, I don't think he's going to slam into the island. As much as I would love it, I think he's going to turn back a little bit, and we're going to send our torpedoes with that knowledge in mind. Enemy destroyer is harassing a friendly battleship. Doesn't it feel bad when you're in a big, dangerous battleship and you can't hit a little measly destroyer? Every single player needs to work on targeting destroyers. If you can take them out, or at least land shots on them, you're gonna make them less interested in pulling crap like that. A destroyer should never feel safe enough to harass a battleship like that. That's embarrassing. Now, this Izumo looks to be... Look at this! The torpedoes part just perfectly. We get no damage and have no idea what the enemy is doing on the western flank. We see 3 enemy ships. There are 3 unaccounted for. That's way too many enemy ships. Yeah, look, the battleship doesn't like it that the destroyer is harassing him. Kill the destroyer. You got guns that'll just annihilate him, especially with your HE. Now, I pop my smoke. I'm going to harass this guy as much as I can. I'm getting scouting until, of course, no more scouting for me. I decide, just give up, get out of the area. It's safer. Don't have any idea what could be out there. So I'm going to leave. Torpedoes are almost back up. I could possibly use them. Need to be careful. Whoa. That island almost moved right in front of my ship. I didn't actually realize how close I was to the island until I took that look. I'm going to start heading towards this enemy destroyer. It's really embarrassing that I have to do this, quite honestly. The guy's spotted. Land the shots, take him out. I see there's a lot of traffic though at B, so as I'm leaving, I set up on that Amagi. It looks like he's headed into B. I send 1 at and 1 forward. The enemies take out the destroyer on our team, so I'm it. I'm the only destroyer. Now, anytime I'm trying to ambush an enemy destroyer who is engaged with an ally, I always like to pincer them. I like to force them to come towards me. I'll usually wait until just before detection, before firing, so I have the maximum accuracy on the target and we can kill him as fast as possible. Now, I don't have my middle gun, but I have the element of surprise. We get 1 salvo off. He still is not looking at us. We get another salvo off. Oh, torpedoes are doing work. 1 torpedo, 2 torpedo, 3 torpedo. Yes, I think we took out that Amagi. And now, finally, he's like, oh, there's a destroyer right in front of me. But it's too late. Even in this Japanese destroyer, I can finish you off. Guns are ready. We fire. We take them out. And that's how the game ended. That's probably the longest stretch I went without a kill in any of my games. 1 at the very beginning, and then 2 at the very end. We got devastating first blood on that enemy Atago. Obviously, we were pretty successful with capturing and defending. 2,689 base XP. And I felt pretty good with what I did. 77,000 points of damage. Not bad. This game was really about objective control, playing with the odds in your favor. I hope you enjoyed seeing the Kagero. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you next time.